Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with a small indie perfume house called Devona to share with you. So Devona has recently been acquired by another indie house called Sucrerbelle, which I have spoken of Sucrerbelle and shared some of their fragrances with you before. So Sucrerbelle has recently acquired Devona, which is another small I wouldn't call Sucrerbelle small, but this one is a little bit smaller as I hadn't heard of them before. Now, what is really special, there are so many things about this indie house that are special, but one thing that is very special about this house and really made me really want to explore what they have and also really share it with you is that $2 from every full-size bottle sale goes to Redefining Refuge, which is a nonprofit organization that helps children to rebuild their lives after trafficking. So that is an issue for me, and I guess probably anybody who has children, to think of just to think that other children are going through something so horrific. Any time that I can do something to support that cause or to help in any way, I am all in, because that is, in my mind, human trafficking is like one of the worst problems in the world right now. It's a lot bigger and more widespread than most of us even know. And so anytime that I can do something to help, whether it just be sharing a story or anything like that, or directly supporting a company like this that is directly supporting a nonprofit organization that is helping to not only end trafficking, but to help people who have gotten out and have been victims of trafficking themselves, is just a huge, it's a huge deal to me, and it's something that I am very, very passionate about. So with that being said, I'm gonna jump right in, grab a snack, grab a drink. This is gonna be a long one because we're gonna go through every fragrance that the house makes. And yeah, so I'm just gonna start out by telling you a little bit about Devona. Okay, so I want to start out by just giving you a little bit of background information on the house. I'm going to be reading from my phone here because I don't want to misquote anything or get anything wrong. So again, $2 of every full-size bottled purchase will be given directly to Redefining Refuge, a nonprofit that supports survivors of abuse and trafficking. We believe in helping women rebuild their lives. A start is a donation that will go directly towards first steps to recovery, which is amazing. So the original idea for Devona was first developed in 2015 by Mylene Paquin, an award-winning creative director and marketing strategist. So Devona was officially founded in 2016. And Andrea Fender purchased the company in September of 2019. It is based out of Olympia, Washington, so my home state. All 12 perfumes in our identity line are cruelty-free, paraben-free, vegan, and phthalate-free, which is right up my alley as well. We work closely with our focus group and perfumers to capture the essence of each persona associated with the fragrances. So Devona is more than a perfume company. We care deeply about giving back to the world around us and uplifting young women facing difficult times. This is important to us, the founders, because we are survivors of domestic abuse assault and wanted to create unique scents that did more than just make you smell amazing. It's crucial to us that we all unite and positively impact the lives of women who have been through challenges and provide them with love and kindness. We do this by working with Redefining Refuge, a nonprofit that tackles the following issues: abuse and human trafficking. So it's just a pretty amazing company, a pretty amazing perfume house. So I just think that anytime we can, as consumers, support companies or brands that are trying to give back to the world, trying to make the world a better place, I think it's just our dollars well spent. So anyways, with that being said, we've got 3 different sample kits here. They did reach out to me and ask me kind of which fragrances I was interested in, and really I was most interested in just the Discovery set because I knew that I wanted to be able to share every single fragrance that they offer with you, give you my opinions about them, tell you what my favorites were. So they did send this over to me, so thank you so much to Sucrebell or Devona for sending over this Discovery kit. So this is the Discovery kit that has all 12 fragrances in it. The retail price of this is $40. They also do offer 2 other sampler kits. One is called the Element Sampler and one is called the Intensity Sampler, and both of those are $20. So I also want to tell you how much the full-size bottles are. So these full-size bottles of perfume are incredibly affordable. They are $55 a piece. Okay, so I'm not seeing a size for how large these bottles are. I would imagine they're probably a standard 1 ounce 30 ml bottle, or possibly like a 1.7 ounce 50 ml bottle. I would guess that they are somewhere in that range, but very, very affordable at $55 a piece. So the very, very cool and unique thing about Devona is they actually have a little quiz. So when you first get on their website, I do believe a little pop-up will come up and it will prompt you to take a quiz. And it's basically like a personality type quiz. It's going to ask you a series of questions about your kind of likes and dislikes and just your personality in general. And then at the end of the quiz, it will suggest a fragrance to you for based on your kind of personality traits, which I just thought was really fun. After I took the quiz, I got the fragrance called Spark, and Spark is it tells you in here, confident, free-spirited, and generous. So yeah, depending on what your kind of personality traits are, you will be kind of guided towards a certain fragrance. So let's go ahead and start talking about the different fragrances. I will give you the personality traits associated with each fragrance, as well as the notes, and then I will tell you, let me get some tester strips here so we can spray as we go. And then I will tell you kind of my thoughts and feelings about each fragrance. So we are going to go ahead and start with the fragrance called Luxe, and this is beautiful. So the artwork on the packaging is they're so gorgeous. So I love the Phoenix on here. It's just so beautiful. So Luxe to me is a very, very unisex fragrance. It is not so like masculine leaning that I wouldn't feel comfortable wearing it, that I would feel like I'm wearing a cologne by any means, but it definitely leans a little bit masculine, and I loved this one. It was very, very beautiful. So Luxe is the 3 traits are majestic, energetic, and daring, and the notes on Luxe are blackberry, blueberry, ozone, bergamot, jasmine, lily, lavender, powder, vanilla, wood, musk, and tonka bean. So yeah, those are all notes that I adore. And it really does smell very, very unisex. It's masculine leaning when you first spray it. I really get that ozone, but then there's it's not a sweet blackberry, but I smell the blackberry, but it's being kind of tempered by the ozone. I get a lot of the bergamot, the lily, and as these dry down, these are fragrances that continually change. You're going to smell something different 5 minutes after you spray it on, 10 minutes after you spray it on, it's going to change. These fragrances will take you on a journey. I also wanted to tell you, Sucrebell is based out of Canada, and I'm not sure if they are shipping Devona out of Canada or out of the US. That is something that I will have to check on, and I will leave it in my description box below. So yeah, beautiful unisex. This is very crisp, very fresh smelling. It smells expensive. It smells grand, if that makes any sense. It smells like a very grand fragrance. Now that it's starting to dry down, I'm getting a lot of vanilla and tonka, which is what it's going to eventually settle into. So that is a beautiful one. I absolutely loved this one. And again, this one is called Luxe. Okay, the next one we have to talk about is called Briar, and this is a really, really beautiful rose fragrance. The traits for this one are resolute, artistic, and proud, and the notes on this one are citrus, green notes, melon, rose, honeysuckle, papaya, lily of the valley, musk, cedar, and vanilla. And this is a rose fragrance. So this is very beautiful, and you do get a very traditional smelling rose at first. And it really does smell very like tea rose, like very traditional rose. But very quickly it starts to dry down and change. And the melon starts to come out in this one. I smell the honeysuckle. Lily of the Valley is really prominent in this one. And as it continues to dry down, it will continue to change, and eventually it becomes kind of like a soft, rosy vanilla fragrance. And it's really, really beautiful. But this is a very traditional rose smelling fragrance, but without smelling mature, if that makes any sense. So again, this is called Briar Rose. No, not Briar Rose, I'm sorry. This one is just Briar, and yeah, really beautiful rose fragrance. The next one is called Ember, and this is another one that I just thought the artwork was really, really beautiful. The artwork on all of them is really, really beautiful, but this one I just thought was really cool. So Ember is for people who are independent, perseverant, and optimistic, which are all qualities that I think we all have to have right now, whether we like it or not. So, okay, this is citrus, peach, raspberry, apple, rose, jasmine, violet, herbs, lily, musk, vanilla, smoke, and pine. And this is another one of my very favorites. I'm going to save my very, very favorite for last. There is one in here that I adore that I will definitely be getting a full bottle of because it is stunning. But we'll save that one for last. So this is one of my favorites. This was, yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites. This is light and a little bit sweet. Very fresh smelling, and I usually do not like peach in fragrance, but the peach in here is beautiful. It's almost a little bit like the Too Faced peach scent, how their peach products smell, which is not the best peach in the world, but it leans more towards that than it does towards like a, I don't know, like a sickeningly sweet peach. This is more of a beautiful fresh peach. You really get all of those kind of fruits in the top, the raspberry, the peach, the apple. The rose is very, very subdued. In fact, the florals in general are very subdued, but they're definitely present, and they're definitely keeping the fruits from being too sweet. And this is gorgeous. Now, you're not going to get to the kind of smoke and pine until you get to the deep dry down of this one. But this is one of my favorites. This is beautiful. So again, that is Ember, and this is one of my favorites. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is another one of my favorites. So I put a heart on the back of each one that I wanted to let you know was one of my definite favorites. This one is one of my definite favorites. So again, this is called Coral, and let me show you the beautiful artwork on this one. So Coral, and this is for imaginative, creative, and sensitive people. And the notes on this one are green notes, tropical fruits, coconut, magnolia, rose, lily of the valley, musk, wood, and ambergris. And I remember the ambergris being beautiful in this. Oh yes, you can smell the ambergris from the get-go. It's gorgeous. This is one of my favorites. This was probably my second favorite. I love it so much. Even though it has green notes in it, a lot of green notes, it's not like an overpoweringly green fragrance. I wouldn't even say that this is green, but something about the green notes and the tropical notes together is just making the most beautiful combination, because it's not like overly tropical. There's a beautiful freshness to it. This is going to be stunning in high heat. There's coconut, but it's like a fresh smelling coconut. It's not like a super sweet. It's not like a coconut cream. It's not like a suntan lotion coconut. It's just beautiful. And then the florals in the mid. Beautiful. And then you really get the ambergris. The ambergris is very prominent in this fragrance. So if you like ambergris, I think you would really enjoy this one. And again, this is Coral, one of my absolute favorites. Okay, the next one we're going to talk about is called Brook. And Brook is very beautiful, calming artwork here. I hope this is coming across. It's like, there we go. It's hard for me to see with these really bright lights, but Brook is for intuitive, nurturing, and empathic people. So really beautiful qualities on this one. The notes are green notes, citrus, apple, peach, berries, lavender, rose blossom, peony, lily of the valley, musk, powder, and sandalwood. And this is a, let me see. This is very fresh smelling. I don't get a lot of sweetness in this one, though it does have a lot of kind of sweeter notes, apple, peach, berry. But this has a beautiful lavender in it that is not super prominent, but it's like keeping the fruits from, again, being too sweet. I get much more green in this than in the previous one. The green is much more prominent. It's beautiful though. This is fresh and light and airy. This is like a, this is a beautiful green fragrance, and I don't usually love green fragrances, but this one is so well done and so well blended and just beautiful. I'm not getting a lot of any of the fruit notes. I'm really just getting a lot of the green notes, the lavender. It is very slightly powdery. It's beautiful. Little tiny bit of the musk and the sandalwood. Very beautiful. So if you're into fresh, clean, if you're looking for a really good fragrance for the summer, I think that you would really like this one. It's just a hint powdery. Very green, very fresh and beautiful. So again, that is Brook. Okay. The next one is the one that my friend Jen and another YouTuber called The Curious Perfumer, they talk a lot as well, and when they both took the quiz, this is the fragrance that they both got, and it is called Zephyr. So again, with the beautiful artwork. So Zephyr is for fun-loving, curious, and sweet people. This has notes of, again, green notes, citrus, apricot, pineapple, coconut, jasmine, lily of the valley, herbs, rosebuds, musk, powder, wood, and leather. So you really get the pineapple in this one. That's the most prominent note right now. Is the beautiful, sweet, crisp, very realistic pineapple note. Oh, it's gorgeous. a little bit of coconut, so it's like a little bit of a tropical feeling fragrance. I'm really getting a beautiful pineapple though. If you're looking for like a fragrance that has a really beautiful, true to life smelling pineapple note, this is it. It's gorgeous. And there's just a hint of, again, a very fresh, watery, beautiful coconut. It's not too sweet. It's not suntan lotion smelling. This is very, very fresh and crisp. I'm getting a little bit of the herbs. Oh gosh. This is gorgeous. This would, again, be perfect for this time of year. I don't know why I didn't put a heart on this one. I should have, because this is one of my favorites. Oh, I really love it. And as it's drying down, the powderiness is coming out a little bit more. I'm getting a little bit of the woodiness. There's a very, very light, smooth leather in the background. Oh, but all while the pineapple remains the star of the show here. This is stunning. So again, this one is called Zephyr, and I would highly recommend that one. It's gorgeous. So this is Sierra. And Sierra is for loyal, determined, and patient people. So Sierra is ozone, peach, plum, citrus, honey, jasmine, tuberose, lavender, musk, wood, and chocolate. A beautiful array of notes on this one. Oh gosh, I really can smell the chocolate right away. It's more of like a cocoa powder chocolate though, rather than like a candy-like chocolate. Oh, goodness. I'm getting a little bit of the honey, the sweetness of the honey. The jasmine, the tuberose, and the lavender is keeping those two from becoming too sweet. There's really no sweetness in this. This is definitely more dry smelling. It's more, it's almost like aromatic smelling. Oh, goodness. You get the wood. I really got the chocolate though when I first sprayed it. And the ozone, and again, a lot of citrus. A lot of citrus. And again, the fruits in this one are very, very subdued. I'm getting a lot of wood, citrus, and honey. Ah, it's beautiful. This one is very, very fresh smelling. Again, very crisp. Just really, really beautiful. There really was not a single one in this entire set that I didn't like. I literally think that if you take the quiz and whichever one it kind of directs you to, I feel like there's no way you can go wrong because they're all really, really beautiful. So yeah, if one appeals to you more than others, definitely just go for it because again, there's really not going to be any wrong choice here. They're all really, really stunning. They are all very, very different. They're just gorgeous fragrances. Okay, so the next one we're going to talk about is called Kalima. Okay. And this was one of my favorites. Kalima is for eccentric, wild, and friendly people. This is grapefruit, green notes, peach, white citrus, hyacinth, herbs, rose, musk, and wood. Oh, goodness. They're all just so beautiful. So this one smells familiar to me, like something I've smelled before. It's gorgeous. Oh my goodness, this one is a little bit sweeter. This is definitely on the sweeter side. I'm getting mostly the peach, but again, it's a beautiful fresh peach. It's not a synthetic smelling peach. It's not like a candy-like peach. It's just a beautiful, fresh peach. I'm getting a lot of that white citrus, which is a little bit smoother than like grapefruit, which there is grapefruit. Oh my goodness. But it's like a sweet citrus, a sweet grapefruit. I'm not getting a ton of the hyacinth or the herbs in this one, but I think that those notes are... Okay, so yes, you can smell the hyacinth. Oh, it's gorgeous. It's more of like a dry smelling floral. You definitely get the rose, but it's not like a traditional smelling rose. It's just a beautiful, sweet rose. And the musk and the woods. Okay, I'm sorry. It is a 1 ounce bottle. So the full size bottles are 1 ounce, 30 ml bottles. Oh, this is gorgeous. Okay, so again, this is Kallima. And this was one of my favorites. I loved it so, so much. Whoops. Okay, the next one is the one that I got when I took the quiz, and this is called Spark. And there we go. So, so beautiful. So, Spark is for confident, free-spirited, and generous people. And the notes in here are red grape, coconut, gardenia, violet, herbs, nuts, and sugar, which is, those are all notes that are right up my alley. So I'm not surprised that I got this one. And I really do love this. Right off the bat, I get a lot of the nuttiness in this one. And the red grape. The red grape is the most prominent note in this fragrance. So you get a lot of the red grape and the nuts. You've got the sweetness of the sugar. Just a touch of violet, but it's very, very faint in the background. I'm not getting a ton of gardenia, but something about the coconut and the gardenia mixed together is just making a very, very beautiful fragrance. And then mixed with the red grape and the sugar. This is stunning. This is like a perfect year-round fragrance. It can be worn any time of year in the spring, summer, fall, winter. It's beautiful, it's sweet, and it's funny because I think this is probably the sweetest fragrance out of the lot, which would make sense because I love sweet fragrances, and of course I would get the one that's the sweetest. But beautiful. If you're looking for a fragrance with a beautiful red grape note in it, this is a stunner. This is what I was hoping Gallagher's Eau Fraiche was going to smell like. This is beautiful and crisp and fresh while still being very sweet. And Eau Fraiche was just, it went into the cloying, just didn't work for me territory. This is stunning. I love this one. So again, that is Spark. Okay, 3 more, guys. The next one is called Willow, and willows, weeping willows are like my favorite tree ever. They have been since I was really little, so I love the artwork on this one. And willow is, sorry, okay, so the characteristics for willow is intelligent, sympathetic, and calm, and that really matches the willow tree. They're very calm. They're really beautiful trees. So the notes on this one is grapefruit, ozone, green notes, bergamot, berries, tuberose, orchid, vanilla, rosewood, and sandalwood. Oh my goodness. These are all so, so beautiful. If I could have a bottle of every one of them, I would, because they're all so unique and so, so beautiful in their own way. Oh. So this one, gosh, it's really hard to pick out any one note because it's very well blended. But I'm really, really getting the rosewood in this. Oh, and there's something sweet. So the rosewood and the sandalwood, definitely. This is definitely a beautiful woody fragrance. And then the sweetness of the berries. Just a slight hint of tuberose. The tuberose is not overpowering in any way. The grapefruit, you've got a very beautiful, crisp grapefruit note in the top. Oh, this one is really, really stunning. It's beautiful, and I'm starting to get the sweetness of the vanilla. This is one that is going to continue to change and morph on your skin, which is my favorite kind of fragrance. I love going on a journey with fragrance. And this one is definitely going to take you on a journey. This is stunning. This is a beautiful, fresh, woody, slightly sweet, very, very unique, gorgeous fragrance. So again, that is Willow. Okay, we're getting close to the end here. The next one is called Aurea. It's like hard for my camera to adjust to the white because there's so much light against it. Okay, so Aurea is for idealistic, charming, and romantic people. This is ozone, melon, blackberry, rose, vanilla, ambrette, and musk. I remember really loving this one. Yes, I love it. Let me get one more spray. Ah, this is gorgeous. This is fresh. I remember while this one develops, or as it develops, the melon really starts to come forward. But right now I'm getting a lot of blackberry, a lot of rose, a lot of the musk. And then later on, the melon, I know, is going to come forward. It's gorgeous. But right now, a lot of blackberry and a lot of rose. But the rose is like not a traditional smelling rose. It's a beautiful, fresh, sweet rose that's not like in-your-face rose. Oh, you get the freshness of the ozone. There's always this beautiful freshness, crispness, clean smelling. This one is very clean smelling. It's gorgeous. This is clean smelling without going into the soapy territory at all. This one is really, really beautiful. So again, that is Aurea. And like I said before, guys, any single one of these that you pick, you are not going to go wrong. They are all beautiful and they are all incredibly unique. Okay, so I saved my favorite for last. This is, out of all 12, this was my number one. I adore this fragrance. I need to get a full bottle of it. It's gorgeous. This is called Siren. And the artwork on this one, oh my goodness, so beautiful. Okay, so Siren is pineapple, lemon, green apples, rose, lily, mint, powder, musk, wood, and vanilla. Again, pineapple, and it is the most beautiful, fresh, juicy, realistic pineapple note. And then the mint, it's as if you had like a beautiful pineapple juice over ice with like crushed mint leaves in it. Oh, it is creating the most beautiful, fresh, just stunning fragrance. This is beautiful. This is, again, pineapple. I get a lot of pineapple, a lot of mint, a little bit of the apple. It's a tiny, tiny bit powdery. The vanilla as well. There's a lot of vanilla in this, and it's making the base of this so smooth and so rich smelling. So you've just got this beautiful pineapple, vanilla, mint fragrance. And I know that sounds odd, but it is seriously so, so beautiful. So again, if you're looking for a beautiful pineapple fragrance, this is definitely for you. The difference between this one and the other pineapple fragrance that I talked about earlier is this one has a ton of vanilla in it, and so it's very sweet, very creamy, whereas the other one was more true crisp, sweet, tart pineapple. It didn't have a lot of the vanilla in it that was making it kind of creamy. So again, this is my number one. This is definitely full bottle, must have, and that is Siren. So anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. I am super excited to introduce a lot of you to this house, this small indie house that is so amazing. Again, all of these fragrances are stunning. You will not go wrong with any of them. I will link everything down below so that you can go check them out yourself. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!